Hello, I'm just discussing about self-forgiveness and its practicality and effectiveness in application, and how you can validate its effectiveness to yourself. And how I've applied it in my process to effectively stop my mind and direct myself within a moment, within one breath. Now, how does the mind work? It works like a clock, like tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Thoughts are so quick. Just an energetic charge, you get the thought, before you know it, you're reacting off the thought, like a zombie, like a robot, like a remote control car, in the moment, without considering all life here in the physical. We as humans do have a problem where we're existing as the mind, but we're living in the physical. You need to come to a point where we're in the physical, actually living in the physical, instead of living within delusion of grandeur as the mind, as separation as the mind, as abuse as the mind. Knowledge before life. What is self-forgiveness? Self-forgiveness is a point where, within this motion in the mind, these thoughts, feelings, emotions, you give yourself a point of clarity. You allow yourself to let go of the abusive systems existent within you. In one moment, you just break up. For one moment, all the thought patterns, you break it up. And self-honesty, you look at whether you have actually forgiven yourself effectively, because only you know when you're bullshitting yourself, and only you know when you're being honest. Breathing through the point, and applying common sense with what is actually here, directing self in accordance with equality. Walking in the physical, considering all beings, what is best for all beings. Now the key, of course, is to apply self-forgiveness, self-honesty, common sense in each breath, in each moment you are here. But this is not easy, which is why it's called a process that we walk. And you can only do what you can do in one breath, and you must take one point at a time, one system existent within you at a time. It's very easy in the early stages of revealing to yourself, where you will misread self-forgiveness. You will say, it's like, I need to stop my mind. And that's not how it works. Or you might take it the other way, where you'll take it like a light worker. And I'm so at equal and one. I forgive myself. It's not like that either. It's just a practical tool where you just look at what you're existing as within the moment and allow yourself to direct yourself. You let go of that which is existing in the moment, directing you without considering the whole. And I applied it today in practicality on a point of superiority. I feel a thought of superiority within me when I am in discussion with a person who can't comfortably talk about the abuse in the world, practical solutions, equality, these sorts of topics. And I was in discussion, and they weren't going to talk about the world. I knew it. An energy arose of superiority, that I'm better than you because I know how we as humans are supposed to live. And up to, say, 4 months ago, not even long ago, every time this thought arose, I would start attacking people. Why the fuck don't you want to talk about equality? What is wrong with you? But with self-forgiveness, I'm able to effectively stop myself, and all I did was look at what I'm doing, and I just said to myself out loud, I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to exist within the mind as superiority to other beings. I'll direct myself in accordance with that which is here, equal and one as life in the physical. And in that immediate moment, the energy was gone, and the thought was gone, because I allowed myself to forgive myself. I gave myself the point of clarity. But obviously, how the mind works, tick-tock, tick-tock, maybe 20 minutes or 2 hours later, the thought will arise again if I have a discussion with a person, and it's up to me to apply myself in that moment. In all moments. So yeah, I mean, that's really just the points I wanted to make on self-forgiveness. I'll make more videos about other points of you applying self-forgiveness on abusive systems existent within me. Yeah, and if you haven't considered self-forgiveness before, then you need to investigate yourself. You need to take a look at yourself. And for those of you that are walking your process, I just wanted to express my experience today with self-forgiveness during a conversation with a person on a point of superiority to others, because they won't talk about what I want them to talk about, which is dishonesty. And I forgive myself for that. And I have, and I will, again, because that thought will arise again. But directing self within and as a quality is the key in each moment. Self-honesty. So yeah, such an effective tool. Self-forgiveness. You can prove it to yourself, as I have done and I did today. Many more dishonesties to reveal to myself, which will arise as thoughts, feelings, emotions, and I will make videos on my experience with applying self-forgiveness on other points.